So here I'm going to show you what happens when you use or you buy one of these cheap computer cases, as you can see here. So the problem that we're going to have, I'm going to show you inside. So as you can see here, we have a big gap here, so I can put almost my finger inside, and as you can see now it's completely flush because I push it all the way in. But when I went to the customer, they put this with a screw. I have classes. If you go to my playlist, you will see, you know, how to build a computer and everything. But when you put the normal is that the video card should be, you know, hooked in one of these holes that you see here with a screw. But when the customer had it like that, this was unplugged from here. So that's what happened with this computer. So another thing is, once I plug it in the way it should, the computer was working for maybe a few minutes and then it will shut off by itself. So as you can see here, EVGA is a very good power supply. At least it's a very good brand. So as you can see here, we're going to remove all these that you see here, and we're going to install this video card. And with 700 watts, it should be plenty enough to power up almost any video card. At least, you know, this type of video card that this is not that powerful, but have a, you know, something bigger, or you want to put like 2 or 3 video cards or something like that. 2 video cards will be plenty. But if you have something like a special video card that, you know, consumes a lot of power, I would recommend you to buy something bigger, maybe like 100 watts. But at least in this case, 700 watts, it should be plenty enough, as you can see here. So now, also, I bought another computer. I'm going to take it out of the box. As you can see, we have the Sandman. So hopefully everything will turn out great and the computer will not have any more issues. So here is the other computer case, Sandman. Usually this brand, it has a good reputation. So we're going to take it out of the box and see how it goes. We're going to start from here. As usual, I am in US. If you need parts, electronics, or anything like that, just let me know. I can ship it to you worldwide. So we're going to take it out of the box, this model. Usually if you buy the cheapest computer case, like I said, and if you buy the cheapest computer case that comes with the power supply, you're going to have a cheap result. Sometimes it could be good, but most of the time. All right, with the computer cases, sometimes if you buy those computer cases that come with everything built in, power supply and everything, sometimes they are not very good quality. So as you can see here, we have the front. So the front panel, turn it off, reset, lights, and everything. Here we should have the power on, the button for that, and the other should be the reset. And here we have the front panel, the side panel. So we're going to remove this, and we're going to start working on this, so that way we can replace it. All right, let's use a impact driver very fast. We don't have to deal with slowness. Okay, this one is almost done. All right, as you can see here, the plastic, we're going to remove that later on. We have the computer case here, so later we may have to remove the other side. We have the screws and a few other things, so we will have to take this apart, and we're going to put everything here. All right, so here we have the old computer. We're going to remove all the screws. We're going to leave everything here. Here we have the video card, or we're going to unplug it from here. If you're having some issue that you cannot release the video card, as you can see here, you have like a hook. All you have to do, because this video card is so thick, you see, I couldn't access or see this to pull it like that. So what you can do is just push it with a screwdriver and you should be good. So now we can remove the rest of the things, the rest of the screws. Here we have the USB. Here we have the front. All right, so now we're able to remove it completely. So you see, a very simple motherboard. I don't like these motherboards that are so short. I prefer the regular size, the regular ATX, but you know, those are cheap. Here we have the SD card reader. I mean, this is the SSD, the solid state drive. So we will see if we can unhook it from here, or I think it has some screws on the from the other side. We can unplug. So here we go to the other side. Move the side. There we go. Cable management. Here we have the screws that I was talking before. So we're going to impact driver. Super fast. There we go. Nice. There you go. We have the drive. I'm going to leave this inside. All these screws, and we have the front panel for the computer. And that should be it. So hopefully we don't need anything else. Maybe some SATA cables, because this is a new build. We will have to recycle the cables, and we should be good. All right, so we have everything here. Now we have to put this here in the back, as you can see, and it should stay in place. So as you can see, sometimes once you put the motherboard, it will make it stay in place. All right, so you grab it like that. Always, I prefer to grab the motherboard, from the sink, so that way you touch it as little as possible. Otherwise, because the static may damage it. Also, you can touch, metal before you start doing any computer work here. Just in case, it's always to have those things. So in this case, we have some USB adapters. Now everything should fit just fine. As you can see here, everything is looking great. Now we can put the screw back in. And before we do that, always we have to make sure that we have all the support. So as you can see, this is in the wrong place. This is one that you see here. I'll show you. So if you buy one of these Victorinox, it comes with the tool just to unscrew it. There we go. This is the support that I was talking about. Make sure that everything is in place. There we go. You screw it in again. So basically you have the screws here, you see. So everything has to fit in place and perfect. So that way you can put the screws later and everything will be tight. And as you can see here, we have these two holes that goes here. So we are going to move this one from here to this area here. It should fit. There we go. So as you can see here, we have the right alignment. So we're going to do the same thing. In the other side, this one is a little bit lower. So we're going to move it instead of here, a little bit lower here. All right. So we have everything. Hopefully everything is good. Have these two for here. We have a missing one here. Maybe we're going to need like two, but we have only one available. Let's see if in the bag it comes with some of those. Okay, good news, it came with it. So we're going to put them where they go here. And the third one, I'm going to leave it just in one side. Even if we are not using it, it doesn't matter. If the next guy fixing the computer, they need to put a bigger motherboard or something like that, you have everything handy. All right, perfect. Now I'm going to be gentle with the screws, at least to put it in place. Later, anyway, I'm going to go slowly, otherwise you may break something. There we go. I'm using the flashlight because sometimes you put your hand and it's very tight in that corner. You cannot see where you put in the screw, and that should do the trick. So now we're going to see if you have to use this, put some type of adapter here. I don't know why, but we will see. All right, so now we have the SSD. We're going to put it here in place. All right, so I just put one screw. Meanwhile, I had it vertical, so that way it will make your life easier, just to put the rest, and I'm recording. There we go. You can put only two, but I'm going to use them all just in case in the future you have to add something else. Need some extra screw. You don't have anything handy, and then you can grab it from. That is why it's good to put, a lot of screws. Here in this case, two screws will be more than enough. You don't need 4 here, but you can put just like that, will be plenty enough. But I would recommend you, if you can, add them all. All right, so now we have to connect everything. We have to put the battery backup. The power supply. As you can see, we have nice fans on top. That is a very good thing. I like this new design. We have to install the power supply through the other side. It makes it more clean installation. It will look better, but for convenience, I think it's better just to install. If you can get the power supply, that you have everything in one place instead of having to open one side, the other side. So it would be easier. And here you can install, as you can see here, you have some support. So that way, if you want to add another SSD, you could. So here we have to install the power supply. It has one way to install the power supply. If you install it in the wrong way, the holes will not fit. And as you can see, it fits perfectly the way it is. Here I'm using the bit by itself to keep it in place. And then after that, we can put it back to the impact driver. There we go. Now we have everything. Now later we have to pop up one of these little things so that way we can put the video card. in this case 2, because we have space for 2. So as you can see, we will have to remove those. So here we have the pen. So we have to see if this motherboard has some place for them. I see a place here, nice, and I don't see any other space for anything else. Not for the fans on the front, but this one they have the regular connector. Here we have a space for regular drives. So if you have the mechanical drives, you can put them in there. Then we are going to run this through here. We're going to need at least another one for the SSD, and that's it. There is no DVD drive or anything like that, as far as I can tell. And now we are going to use one of these regular connectors, the Molex connectors. And we're going to leave everything here because there is nothing else. There is no floppy disk. Remember the floppy disk? We don't have anything else. All right, so hopefully that should do the trick. And this motherboard, it doesn't have the full connector. It's just this tiny connector. The other connector is going to stay out. Here, the one that says CPU, we're going to use it in that area. We're going to connect the SATA drive here. The SATA drive to be through the other side. The connectors, they're here. There we go. It's a little bit difficult. Next time, I will hook it up first, and then I'll put the screws later. So in this case, we have this SATA plug here that I don't like. Should be the straight SATA connector. There we go. We have this here. Any remaining cable, you can just plug it in. That's it. And then later, we can put some zip ties just to organize the wiring a little bit better, or put it under the motherboard, as you can see here. We'll do the trick. So now we're going to put the video card. We're going to put the video card here in this area. So we're going to remove this. Also here on the side, you have that we have to remove in order to have access to this, so that we can connect the motherboard here. So we'll make it easier, to remove this piece of metal. We will have to put it here because we have this connector here, and this motherboard is so tiny that it's touching here, so it will not allow me to do it in that area. So we will have to move this. Let's try to plug this in, because as you can see here, they put this adapter here for something. USB, audio. This motherboard is weird. I don't like it much. So here we have the audio. The audio should go here, but for some reason the connector will not, the connector will not fit. It has like maybe a proprietary connector. Maybe this motherboard came from maybe a Dell, HP, or maybe another computer, like those brands. Usually when you have something like that, sometimes they have their own proprietary connector, and that is the issue. That is why it has this. The connector, the power cord you see here is not fitting right. It fits, but what I'm saying, you have some legs that are out. It should not be like that. At least with regular motherboards. Now we can try to connect the video card. Hopefully it should fit here. And that was the main issue, you see. So here it fits perfectly. We don't have a big gap here, and sits right. So that is how it should be. Now we can put some screws, or we can put this back in. Let's see if we can put some screws here on the side, at least one. Always adjust the screws more than this locking mechanism. They look cute, but it's a pain in the butt. All right, it will stay in place. That is a good thing. Motherboards, the way you see here, some motherboards, they have the hole here, so that way you put the screws here on this side. In this area, they put it just here, and they put this instead. So they try to make the computer case a little bit cheaper. Some manufacturers, they do that, but I prefer it to be longer, so that way you put it here, inside instead of here outside. So now we have this is the front. As you can see, this is the HDD, the hard drive, OLED, reset, and everything. It should be here. It should go here in this area. Let's see how it goes. All right. So now we have the power for the video card, and as you can see, the motherboard, the connectors, instead of being all the connectors all together, they put something here. Now, because everything is so tiny, I need to be able to see. Also, I don't have the motherboard, the manual. So here we have the panel. I see the panel here, but I don't see where it says LED. Reset power button. It seems like it doesn't have any of these. Let's see here. Just numbers. Just numbers. I don't see anything. Picture. Nothing else here. Also, another thing I noticed, I don't see brand. I don't see the brand. I don't see the. I see the MAC address here, but that's it. I don't know what is this. Minis Q. Let's see if we can find something here. We will have to do some testing and see how it goes because I don't see anything else here.